It brings a good audience. And you know what? I'm going to hold my hands up. He's doing a hell of a lot better than what I expected. Sometimes you just can't predict how people are going to do and how they're going to transition, especially with people that play a variety of games and don't really stick to one genre, so to speak. Looks like the player has left the tarmac. Let's see where she comes in from. And she's coming in from up north, beyond the wall. Straight in down the middle.
This is going to encourage military base for me. I want to see teams actually going to the military base. It's been very tentative on it, but it's basically the whole map's open. You fly over the vast majority of the likelihood of spawns for cars as well, which is around Roshok. There's 3 there. You can basically go wherever you want on the map. At any extremity on the map, you will be able to find a car, whether it be the one near Yasnaya, whether it be the Milta one. You can fly that far. So this means everything is up for grabs. This is the game I want to be seeing. This is the spawn that can really get us some fun. Who's going to go for the BDP of getting to the military island?
So straight off the bat, we saw Luminosity Gaming. They just dove straight out and straight down. Evermore running on the coast. I wonder if him and his teammate will be moving potentially over to spawn island like they have been doing.
We've got some melee base. This is going to make me happy. This is what I want to see, of course. We've got about 4 teams. LG have actually backed from this. They're going to go to Ferry Pier and play around the side. I think you've got Oshi 7 there. I see Serenity, Mazzarini, and who's that on the very edge of things?
Guys.
So the Liquid guys are going to play the edge side in, which is fine. You could easily split the military base between 2 teams and they kind of polarize it. We'll see where they choose. Mazzarini heading towards that big red apartment side, it seems, with his teammate. And Oshi7 maybe go towards Industrial. They can go towards Novo. They can split that far. There's loads and loads of options available for these guys, depending on how they want to play it. Again, looking around him, it does seem as though these guys will be getting the apartments under wraps. That's theirs for the taking now.
I like what they did, though. Obviously, take a look around, make sure that no one's going to be landing on a rooftop.
Outsiders just got knocked out as well. That's huge. He was a player within the top 10. Him losing out this early is a massive, massive issue for him. So again, that could then hinder their entire run through this tournament unless his teammate steps into gear now.
Well, he hasn't actually fallen yet. Fully. That's insane. That
was a pistol kill. So.
It was. Just going out so early on like that is a huge detriment, you know, to your team because you're at 50% capacity. Your teammate's gone, and
so we still got people parachuting here as well.
On the right side.
Naya is busy, isn't it? We've got the Panda team up there, Lex is up there, Moondice, Aquisha, Julia. We've even got people driving into it. Xeon's coming in. This is going to be very busy. You can see that kind of east push coming out. Still people in the parachutes. They can probably reach to about the prison, and then they'll have to land. You can see the guys who've got the car race winning. Boba's on that. He's going to be able to get up towards the likes of Lipovka early. Maybe Milta if they fancy it. But oh, Lord, the late drops coming through could be dangerous. That's a scary one.
They're going to be in for a bit of a treat as they land, unfortunately. It might not be the better end of a treat as well. Long flyers coming in. Cross and Drifter working with, they've got a Mac with the look of it, a little Uzi, and a couple of handguns as well.
I prefer where Panda guys went. It's more time-efficient looting, the rows of houses like that. I think we all know that you can go through them very quickly. You're likely to get ARs, UMP, you know, anything like that. You can generally walk away quite nicely out of them. And there's a good few of them back-to-back. But look at this spread. This is really weird. Evermore, it might be in some trouble here. Have a look at this. Is Ollie and the boys going to run up on them eventually? I'm curious if that happens. Keep an eye on that in the back of your minds. We also have a bit of a battle down towards a Milta Bridge as well. Cloud9 getting a little bit of a glimpse on the cars kind of going through there. That's going to be Sweater keeping tabs on this one. But yeah, this is very, very busy in an area that isn't normally this rife, but you can see everyone trying to get these compounds. A couple of shotguns. That's pretty Borg just letting him fly. Maybe trying to get a connection or two, and it was him down to 3 left in the chamber. And now he's going to go back, maybe get some high ground, hope for a little more loot.
Try and scare him off, or his teammate Sweater will move up pretty much across from him in the next compound, try and get some gear, see what's around here. Picking up a suppressor. In fact, he left it for the handgun. Level 1 vest there, but he's only got one on as well as a helmet as well. Shotgun in the back pocket. Just generally wandering around. Going to move in the US because the compound's completely done, including the garage. But Lex knocked out Cross. UMP, excuse me. He's trying to run away. Flom says, no, you are not running away, my friend. You are going down. And down he goes. 77 remaining. Chase, there's so much sometimes to left to be said to chase a kill, you know, rather than just let them get away with it, try and live again, just hunt them down, pressure them. When they're that low health, not only obviously they're going to fall easy, but you do get a little bit shaky, a little bit, you know, a bit concerned, and things do go wrong for you, and you can easily make mistakes. They advanced on that, they take down one squad. But as you mentioned, there's a lot of people there. There's a lot of people at George as well.
You've got a good split. They've all kind of claimed their own ground, though, at the moment.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 teams.
And here we go over towards the more eastern side. Oh, Break's going to be interesting. Moondie's here as well. There's not enough loot for 2 teams, but where Moondie currently is slightly better off, but I don't know what weapons they have cover-wise as well. We'll keep eyes on that. He's marking it down. He knows they're there. Good intuition as well. Good team play, making sure they keep it marked, keep the communication going, because you don't want to get caught out here. They can break off, excuse the pun, and go down towards Melted Town if they want. And yeah, you're seeing them silhouetting on the horizon there. Good spot from Break and the boys. They're going to try and readjust.
You love to see it. Put a marker down, call to your teammate. That's exactly where they are. Make sure you've got your back to them and just running away from them. Make sure they don't have any kind of sight line on you. A couple of shots coming from the SKS as well as we move on board with Chappie, just scaring him away or trying to get a random shot if he could. Solid FPS. Right next to him as well, just on the horizon. Both guys moving up. We're going to put a red dot on that once it gives him some kind of sight. Will he go for the YOLO shot? Yes, he will. Trying to crack some off. Leans forward, but unfortunately doesn't find any connection whatsoever.
Teammate's still pretty far away from him too. Ollie did find Evermore. We discussed that earlier. They were closing in towards each other, heading around that northeast coastal side, utilizing the road and going the long way back around. They actually could run into Sweater and the boys later on. But eventually, in the next minute, you've got to start wondering how you're going to get there, how you're going to start leaving where you are, how you're going to move across. And especially for the players in towards George, towards the west, that sort of thing, you've got to start looking at getting cars. Luminosity, it's expected to see the more experienced players and people like that getting in towards the cars, getting that sort of theory into mind, starting to move across the map, stay incredibly mobile. It's a good idea from these guys so far. This terrain, though, always tricky.
Yeah, chips in injured. They're just going to go for the long play, get inside the circle, which, as you kind of mentioned,
it's already populated.
Yeah, that's the issue, right? You're turning up quite literally to a gunfight, and people are already going to be geared. I'm seeing also, so he's definitely got a rifle on him. You got a level 2 helmet, level 2 bag, chest as well. 2 ARs, so Ninja's going to have an AR also, you would presume, otherwise his teammate would hand over an AR. So they're kitted up on guns at least. Yeah. They're not going in empty-handed.
No, I'm wondering how the military-based battle's going down, because Ocean Serenity, well, they've had a rough time so far. They've been mostly found by, I think it was Yunru and Co. I'm not 100% sure. It was one of the Koreans mostly finding them. They've had a really tough time blue, which is always the issue when you go for the west coast. At the moment, they've got a little bit better this time. AK, bit of armor, starting to look a little better, but they've backed away from the big military base. They're into the smaller, isolated piece. And I'm wondering if they've noted that the other teams are still close by. There is one other team here with them, and there's probably a couple of players down by Novo. Very close to the circle, but they will eventually need to move, tuck themselves in towards the bridge, and probably prepare themselves to trade out and get over to the other side. There's a little bit of area on this. So they can still move out. This is the mansion, though. Good spot comes in. This could be a big battle going down. Hard to back away from this area. Mostly open ground on it, unless you've got a car to just quickly make that escape.
Tags up one, so that player will be healing up as well. He does have his teammate with them, so if he did go down, he could have at least clawed him back. However, his teammate's in a good angle, so they can kind of pincer them here and move together as a little squad and try and get multiple angles. They were looking, I mean, there's only one real place they can go, right? But look at them. Luminosity. They're getting healed up, but they're just looking outside the windows. So this is going to be a battle who finds their head first. Now, we do have an 8x scope in play there. Smoke's going to go down, so he's probably going to push back. Just trying to see where they are kind of perpendicular to them. So they're getting aggressive on them.
Yeah, it's going to allow them to cross to the main mansion building, or at least the side mansion building, and get visual on it. You've got good windows to play from, you've got cover. But again, you know, let's be honest, Ninja and the guys don't need a reason to play out. They're still pretty comfortable there. They're going to go for shots. Look at this position. Oh, that's really nice. You're not only using the window for cover, for example, but using the pillar behind it, so you are using a fraction of the vision available. And Ninja's got to be very careful here. So do the entirety of the other side. It depends who gets the engagement properly off here. But again, I've got to say, if you're going to put money on it, you put it on the guys inside the mansion. Far better cover, but they're just going to pro down Luminosity. You know, they're not in the business of this. Just heal up, get ready for some more fights down the line.
The issue is that 8x scope, you know, especially on the back of an M16. If a bullet comes out of that and it's at the face, it's going to do some serious damage. That'll allow his teammate to also then, if that player does drop, moving aggressively. However, Ninja's outside the house, got an SKS himself. Can he do something? Will they advance forward and try and do it? But I don't believe... Excuse me, I'm actually on the wrong person there. That was my bad because of the camera. It's slightly put off. We're actually on the point of Xeon. But they've got eyes on the prize. They know, I think, where Cloud9 is. You wouldn't be worrying so much.
One of Cloud9's players, I'm pretty sure. It's only Borg here at the moment, so this could be quite tricky. But we saw Borg was playing pretty well before. But looking at Xeon here, although I don't think that's Xeon's webcam, if I'm not going mad. Maybe I am. See if he can get anything done from this one. Back in the car. Yeah, exactly. He's one of the people I was like, I know what you look like. So that could be a bit awkward, but you can see the USE just rolling away. But yeah, it's basically try and find a compound that's safe, get ready for the circle, and lock yourself in, because this is going to be a long game. Still 76 alive yet. Your teammates just left you. Daz, get in the car, please, as there's fire coming in. Good position from Borg again. His teammates on the way back to help him, but you've got to be a little careful here. And you can see Ninja still just prone down.
I mean, there's no point in running out, right? Oh, here we go. So he'll try and crack some shots. Like we said before, if he's a man who loves to shoot long range, if he sees a vehicle, which he's actually, this time round, he's not going to do it. Don't want to give away his position, which I suppose is fair play, because he's already got to remember that he's got 2 people behind him. If they hear an engagement coming across from these people, they might think, well, it's time to move. But neither of these 2 rosters wanting to make any advancement whatsoever. Ninja's team currently, I think they are top 6. So win for them. May actually, oh, random person pokes around the corner.
Squisha, there it is. Remember, yesterday
down.
he did really well as well, made it to the top 2,
Yeah.
lost out to Yunru in the end. So he's got some real ability. Don't ride him out. He's got to go in and finish the kill. You know he wants to as well. This is on the edge of Naya right now. Cleanly done, looks for the trade out, is expecting a push to come back in. Julia behind, but going to be uncomfortable for her to try and cross out of there. That wall is not easy to get through, so she might have to go all the way around. Where's the teammate? In the garage area. So that's the next bit of the puzzle here. Squisha is safe for now, but they can't cross back too easy. Nice crouch jump coming out from
really
Squisha. Really well played.
I like what you caught for it as well, because if you can't do that, you have to run all the way front here on the police station, then go all the way back around just to get into the bigger library, so to speak, that is actually behind it. Bullet comes in, hits the pan, but unfortunately, he will fall just as it happens. That's Mayhawk Mwango, and then he is completely finished off. The Noble boys playing up to what they said previously. The pan, kind of did its job for one bullet, but unfortunately he's just too good. Idaculus comes in, finishes it off, and he will also get the revival on his teammate as well.
There's people not far off. There's so many players close by. They're going to hear these shots coming through as well. You can see just over in the hangar almost area, Yunru's there. They're not exactly going to be playing too aggressive, I can imagine, but look, here we go. Develo has finally spread out. I can imagine that's Squisha and Julia at the moment, because that was the opposing team on the other side. Decent gear too on this guy. Gets the UMP out. Good control. Sick shot, actually.
Nice.
Headshot bangs him down. Full auto now, ready to rumble. He spotted Julia as well in the doorway. He's going to go for the aggression. This is very smart. Ooh, again, using third person very well here. Trying to just position so he can see when she crosses back over to probably go for the revive. Gives it a second or 2. Check to see if she's pushing close on that northeastern side. No, she's going for the revive.
Him to go for the rush.
He's going to go probably now, I'd say. No, he's working his way in slowly, but this is smart from Julia, actually. She's taking her time as well, not rushing it. No need to just yet, because you know Develo is now getting closer and closer and closer. She just wants the fight. She wants him dead. She wants this over and done, and she's going to have to get it done now. Both on full auto. We've got the AK up against the UMP. She engages first, but she's half HP. Not iron sighting in either, just over the shoulder shooting almost at this point, and he's toying with her, playing with her. He can see the shadow peeking as well on the right side. He's going to back off and look for a new angle. Good shot from Julia, but he still gets away.
That could be enough, though, just to allow him to get Sakisha up. Excuse me, allow her to get Sakisha up, should I say. But he's coming back in. He's moving in again, and he's going to be that really annoying player.
This is going to happen.
Pushed it around the corner. Does he take her down? No, he doesn't. He gets hit himself. But he gets it. 2 kills in the back here. To Velo, amazing work from him. Aggression came out, but then again, when you're the last man standing in your roster, what else are you going to do? You might as well have gone for it. He knew he was applying so much pressure, and he did go through with it. Seals the deal and takes them both down.
Credit where it's due, though. Squisha and Julia played that really well. I think, if anything, you've got to be a little bit more decisive, but she was half HP. There's no easy way to win that situation. But let's look at how you're seeing Borg play this out. You can tell he's a first-person player, right? He's peeking that as if he's looking for the angles that can only be seen with an advantage to him. But right now, we are seeing a couple of kills come through, but knockouts mostly with shotguns, still very viable for taking these buildings. You kind of need it.
He does, looking in play, sees a player around the corner, goes in, takes him out as well, so that's 2
sick.
down. Noble as well in the kill feed. They're getting more kills, so now we're into his top 66. Cake taking out 1 shot, also Yunru bagging himself some kills. These guys are playing really, really well. Super, super good confidence. Every single time you see them approach a building, they're doing it. Now they're going to go in. Pre-firing already, as you saw around the corner as we hop on board with Cake's POV. 2 people go diving out of the UAS. He's got them pinned, though, as he keeps laying, and all of a sudden that UAS will back off. It'll give them a little bit more of a view.
Oh, the UAS running away from him is always pretty awkward, but the knockout does come through. That M16A4 doing the work he needs. Falling off this a little bit, looking to readjust, not overcommit from this. Doesn't need to. He's be careful of the car, doesn't want to lose out, and then, oh, fire comes in from either side, and that is the kill coming out. So break goes down. That's one of the big heavy hitters now, losing out on being anywhere near that top 20 even. Still 64 alive here. You can see those 4 times, the 8 times all going to work now. This becomes scary.
And that comes comes off the back of what Noble have been doing. They've decided, okay, we need to get center circle here. We need to get a compound. We need to get set up, and that's exactly what they're doing. Meanwhile, speaking of TSM, Smack gets a kill of his own. He'll take down Shaka with the Scar. Moving forward, his teammates right in tow behind him. That's going to be Vis. Looking at the crit. Let's see what else they got in here. His little body. Does he have anything good? Clearly on his screen he does. 8-time scope, very, very nice. Level 3 military vest also. So that's a great kill for him. That's some really big upgrades there.
Yeah, let's have a look at the overview map if we can. Check in where the circle's going to be going towards what we have in front of us here and have a little look throughout. So mostly towards the eastern side, a lot of that kind of open terrain still going to be up for play. Not too much there. The mansion, of course, the Povka's still in it. We're going to see the Panda guys throwing down here. I think that's against Cloud9, so not the battle we're watching at the moment, but there's still going to be battles absolutely everywhere. This is the mini mansion. Nade comes in. Yoonroot still stays calm under pressure. This guy's delivered time and time again. He does have the M4 with him. He's on the other side against a couple of players who are giving away their spot, but he's not in a great advantage. This little room's still not ideal.
Yeah, there's nowhere for him to really go, but he's keeping an eye on the prize, and that's a person inside that bottom floor. Scopes down, but he's too quick. He needs to help his teammate out, though, because there is 2 in there, I believe. In fact, no, one of them's actually going to bail out of this one. They're looking over the wall there. Will he be able to see that player, though, from where he is? The UAS is there if he needs to just bail and get the hell out, but at the moment, he's just keeping an eye. Hop on board with, I believe this is Killer Kapowski's POV, as we got jump back to Sweater for a second. Watching the angle, watching the corner, doing the 3-peek, making sure no one's down there. I would suggest that he probably knows someone's here with him. Otherwise, he won't be so cautious. Yes, it's going to be Borg who takes out Moo with an AKM. He's knocked him down. Here comes the call, though.
So good.
Jesus, Borg. This is the man, obviously, they shipped in when, unfortunately, Crunch couldn't come in. There's a third person as well.
He needs to land. He's land. Oh, the spray is second to none. I'm a fan of this guy. Borg has proven to be a beast. Give us some 7.62, and I am just loving watching this. Interrogate again. You can see that Noble guys are very much still in this battle. We're still seeing a lot of the bigger players still in this. Looks like Break really suffered throughout that one. A bit of a shame for him. I can imagine frustrating, but at the end of the day, we're still seeing the Noble guys come alive in this. We're seeing a lot of the Korean team. Ooh, good connection on the stairs. Not perfect, but good enough.
Goes for the tap, drills him upstairs. There's going to be 2 players up there now, and he knows it as well, and that's why he's standing his ground. His teammates with him, right above him. So they're both just eyeing down on these windows, on these doors. Anyone to make the first move, and they're just going to get completely lit up. But Alf plays. He's got his teammate, you know, if they want to step out themselves, it's a bit of a problem. It's a Mexican standoff right now because whoever steps outside the door, unfortunately, will be dying straight away. But they do have an option to run out the back and try and get away. Dink comes in, no targets are found. Grenade runs straight through the window. They cooked it, but it didn't find a target whatsoever. In the meantime, Stone Mountain takes down Serenity as well. He's going to go for another grenade, but as he steps out, he gets melted. He has to rush in here to try and get his teammate out. As he's doing so, though, he's getting lit up himself. Grenades are coming in thick and fast. Needs to be extremely careful.
See them eyeing this up. First person, using it as best they can, and you can see this guy trying to close the doors, keep this one safe. But there's no backing away. He needs to take a fight one, give them a reason to be busy, otherwise one will push. He can go for a revive, maybe. But the tick of the nade, and the throw comes in. It's a good throw as well. It might just do the job. There it is! Absolute dunk work coming out. That's going to at least take down one. He might need to look for a little bit more to double check if the other player got taken down. He didn't. Dingus Khan managed to back away in time. He saw what was happening, and he fell off it in a smart way of playing. But so far, Primos play, Vicstar's going for the long play here. He better be meted up to the teeth.
He needs to have plenty because that is a long way to go, and we're going to be moving into some seriously damaging circles very, very soon. They need to get a car. They need to get the hell out of there and get the... really just on the way. Hayes and his teammate Ollie, they're going to be working their way up in a boat also. They're going to come in from that shore side. I'm
curious how good their gear is because they work that northeastern side. They took down Evermore, for example, but the problem is that there's not much to be seen now. That's why I saw a level 1 helmet, level 2 vest, level 1 vest. They're going for the long haul. They're playing longevity games here. So keep an eye on the fuel as well. They've got a decent amount of fuel. They might just play this. They could honestly put the boat out here, just sit outside of it, play back in late. I wouldn't actually blame him for it. Mazzarini still alive as well. Oh, shots coming in on the heels. Which window is going to be containing the player that's been absolutely drilling you? Got to be careful. Going to prone his way out. The X-Power Gaming. Bit of a superstar, but we can see a bit of a boat battle going down. Hayes can still do some work. He's able to shoot on this one, holding the boat still. Luminosity Gaming trying to get in towards this fun safe where you can see the evasive maneuvers just tearing that tail out, but they can go to the rocks and play on the rocks as well, get some fire back towards them. Drassel, well aware of this. You're going to hear those shots from Hayes, but again, how much ammo? Not much. 30 in the clip, 18 in the pocket. You can't afford to do this. Drassel just got knocked out.
Yeah, I was about to say, Drassel just got knocked out from falling.
Did he get out of the boat too fast?
Spadge knocks out Scum.
God,
I think he did. And now they hear it. They know that he's in trouble, and they know that JP2 is going to be picking him up, so they're going in for the kill. They're looking for it. If he creeps up...
Get to the beach.
That's
Screw him, get to the beach, get to safety. If he's reviving him, fine, that'll take some time. They need to get back in the boat. It does look as though Mazarin did get shot down. And they're just baffled as to what the hell's happened. They may not even realize how this has gone through, but there we go. Draffel is back up. So at least he's safe for now, and they can go for a fire net. But do they realize they've been revived? Hayes, can you be careful here? If you go too close to that boat, there's going to be problems, and there are. They're getting lit up now. Maybe a little bit, heck, I don't know. They just didn't understand what was happening. I don't blame them. It's a little bit baffling. Switching on the seats is a good way to avoid the shots coming in, but they are getting peppered. That boat needs to be careful. Careful jumping out of these things. All good, all well. Hayes is fine. They're both going to play the boat game now, but it's one of those. Why not? You can see how well it worked before. It does get you higher into the game. Let's just leave them to it. They'll be doing that boat, jumping in and out for a while. Not much to be said over about that one. But Chappie's still in this. Got himself in a nice little shack.
They're definitely in trouble, though, because his teammate doesn't have a helmet, so he's actually been tanked up. You've just seen there on screen. Kicks going for another one. Nice scoping in. Zooms in, gets the third. Looking over at the Harry Potter tower. Make sure no one's looking at him, and now he'll opt to run, which is fair game to him. Looking down at the kill feed. Scoom takes out Spadge. I actually think it was Spadge who potentially killed his teammate earlier on. I seem to remember it in the kill feed, so that potentially could be revenge for him.
Yeah, I actually believe it might have been. I'm not 100% sure myself, but Adren's still in this. The Blue's moving in pretty quickly here. He's got the Blue to his side, so he's going to take the shot. Nice control. Gassy Mexican denied this round. First kill on the board for Adren, but it's not too bad in the end as he's going to find another one. Nice control on the tapping here. You're going to see that coming through. Maybe another. Forzen's gone down in the meantime, sadly for him, but a decent finish, but not quite towards the top. Still within... You know, you're in the 50 range. You need to be looking at 20s, that sort of thing. If you want a big shot at this game now, if you want to change how the standings look, 10, 20, that's the position you've got to be looking at. This is over by the underground bunkers still. A very hard one to play. Third person plays to it well because you can peek the top of the ridges. But again, you're going to see the car being brought around here. Adren baiting out the noise actually as well. It's only him in there, not Anger. So Anger can still lay down the fire. Smart approach. That's going to cause them to peek and play out, and it does. Sick play, intuitive, clever motions from the CS players from Mythic. Adren and Anger, well done. They fell for that hook, line, and sinker.
See it with the M16 A4. He does 41 per tick. And just ticking it away. Another kill on your screen. As soon as I'm going through that, Bobber GG takes out one. Turns around. Here's the ball. Goes for the long scope, though. He's got the scope for it, and he's got the Kar 98. Let's see if he can actually find a target. Leans
so
forward.
Hard to hit it.
It's doable, though, and he's leaning it.
Look, these players are damn good. I wouldn't doubt them for a second. This is going to play back up towards Mansion. This is going to force the players out of the damn water. Sorry, Liquid boys. I know you like it. Molman's doing the same thing. It's viable. This is the thing. I'm not going to give them grief for it. It worked well in the last game, but look at them getting lit up.
Too close.
They just got out. This is huge. He died from falling to the floor. There's no revive here. Molman will need to get his loot and then get back to moving, I can imagine. Otherwise, that boat's going to be torn to shreds. Can he get it in time? I don't think he can get the loot done. He has to peek up his get to the top of the water as the other Liquid guys in this. They've team v team action.
Liquid, unfortunately, finding a watery end there. Out in the ocean, we'll see down in the kill feed as well. Bobber answers to Hot. It takes him out with the 16 A4. 45 players remaining. Is everybody up now? Did we see any final stragglers? I mean, it's not really a great time to be doing it once we've had a look at this little engagement going on here. This is the C9 boys chilling
and
in the little
beast
compound.
Here. Do you want to leave him to let him take whatever he wants?
This is the compound just next to the apartments, right? Just over from it a little bit. Pretty sure, because you have a broken wall around here, and it's such a good place. You've got the parking lot here, he's got the house. Then in front of it, you've got that wall and the container that goes all the way around it. Smack takes out one of the Noble guys.
Daz was alone. Yeah, Daz was all on his own. His teammate died a little bit earlier on. Very light loot here, it seems. Oh, no, excuse me. There is an M4 on his back. I didn't see that for a second. I was kind of curious. You know, decent loot otherwise, but all of the car coming in there, that's going to be seen. Bit of a looting going down here. The UMP let a couple of bullets fly, but no kills coming in on the kill feed. That doesn't show us too much, but only 15 seconds on the next circle to start moving. Boba and the boys got to get themselves tucked in now. They know it. They might have just been spotted out here. Zeki's going to see one. He's going to lay down some fire, but oh, it's Oshi 7 being found. Bit of a shame for him. He made it from the military island, but merely got outflanked here, out-timed. They're going to have to get themselves moving, though. They've got a lot of terrain to cover here. 41
remaining. Single shot on the M16, and then 8 times. If a man can hit someone in the face at long range, it's going to be this man, Cake. Yesterday's performance was absolutely stunning. Stylish new shotgun in hand, close quarters. He's stuck in the garage. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is the compound where the players... Is this the one where he's got the C9 guys above him potentially, or am I talking rubbish here?
It actually could be. Yeah, because that's the same...
I'm pretty sure it is.
That was already being toyed with. I'm curious to what gun he's got on his back. I didn't see
Yes,
that before.
it
is. Now, I'm pretty sure Borg, if they got there already up really high, they're going to hear this. They might have seen someone or heard people shooting at him. Jared did manage to find Hayes. They were the guys by the water, so the water strap not working out this time. But Stylish Noob, we've seen this guy's very good, actually. He's got a scar on his back as well, so he's decently geared. But I'm pretty sure they're going to know he's here. I'm not sure if the door opening would have done it, but here we go. Oh, Anger's just got wrecked.
Rip.
Not only playing against someone else, but also having the circle right behind you. You have no time to take the fight. Stody managing to get into this one as well. Finally seeing him kick off, which is always good. Back into the battle. Vis going to fight Ollie. Finally taking them down to Velo as well, getting taken down outside of the play zone. He was the one fighting with Julia and such, but Borg just found Juan, but I'm not sure if that's the same player. Yeah, that might give it away for the player below him who's got the shotgun to maybe move into position, because now this compound will not be in, not the one we're looking at right now, but the ones that were at before might be in trouble now.
No, it's not, because his Stylish Noob was in that garage, so
yeah.
Borg's just giving away. Oh, he's got eyes on him! He's got eyes on him with an SKS.
Does he take the time on the shot? That's
so he's eyeing
400 meters.
He's eyeing it up.
He's starting to hold the breath. This should be the shot if it's ever going to happen. You can see it pinging through, dropping a little short there. 7.6, it takes a while to travel. Don't be mistaken. That is a long distance fight he's taken. It's close, but it's certainly no cigar. And the reload time comes in. He's a little pretty frustrated with that, if anything, but might be able to get back for a bit. No. Opts not to, keeps his position quiet for now.
What a spot, though. I mean, you've got to talk about the peripheral view and vision that these players have. Been able to just see something like that in the corner of their eye, all the way in the distance, just chilling in the garage, and then attempt for the kill. THC takes out Andy Pyro. We're going to see JP2 also. Here comes a big engagement, though. One person jumping above him, unfortunately, will get nailed. That's going to be Borg again, taking out his teammate, Chappie, from the actual team. Look at the AKM as well. Another player will fall in front of him, but they're all just dying. Teammates on teammates. Grenade comes in.
Let's go, Sweater.
He's cooking it. He's going for the car.
He's taking too long, though. The thing is, during this time, that's so nice. He took a little bit of time to make that count. I was worried he'd taken too long, allowed Borg to die for it, but no, he lands the nade, something we haven't seen that much of today.
That's
There's
amazing.
only been one, well, I guess it was a nade knockout, really. It was to confirm the death, but nice work from him, really well played. Beautiful stuff on towards the other Cloud9 guys.
I love the fact that he actually stepped out in the open. He cooked it as long as possible, then threw it, went underneath the cat, took out that player that was hiding behind it. What an absolutely clutch kill. Cloud9, they want the win. These guys do love third person. We'll see how this one plays out a little bit more. Meanwhile, on the opposing side, we'll see Mithrin moving up the stairwell. He's got his teammate with him.
Other victors.
They're just chilling.
First round.
Yeah.
Thoroughly impressed with them in the second as well. These guys are becoming and a really enjoyable one to watch here. But Cake slowly creeping into this. And he's got the slow side of the circle for now, but he's waiting to see if they cross out, essentially. He wants to be the victor of this battle with the fence. Ooh, he does take down Vicstar in the end, who worked his way in from so far away. Bear in mind, he was one of the players over at what is Primos, but now the tags come through. He can hear the shots around. He wants to confirm that kill. Vicstar, no chance of a revive, but he needs to bandage. He needs to heal. There's no one else close by. He should be able to make a run, but it's still quite far. And Cake, this is not going to be a sweet end to this one if he doesn't manage to get off these heals. But Borg just found the Noble guys as well. Cloud9 playing well. This is going to be a big game for them. He goes down outside, a shame, but he took down one with him, so he gets a better position on the leaderboard overall. And there is no big building left inside that next circle. And here we go. This is where it all gets a little more interesting.
And still the mansion. These boys have been here from the very start, and they're holding their ground. You saw in the kill feed as well. Smack taking out Butts, looking around, making sure no one's creeping in. This mansion belongs to them. But the circle is going to force them all out of it.
Soda, Stone Mountain, Sweater. I actually like the Cloud9 guys' positions, but they're open. They've got their back in the open at the moment. There's like 6, 7 people around this area. Who's got the high ground? Who has the angle is going to win this one.
Stylish Noob's followed them. They're all three of them have come together. Stylish Noob's in the building in front of the C9 guys. He was initially behind them, and now he's in front of them. Whether or not he can actually get a look on it, we'll find out in just a second. We move on board. It's going to be Flom.
WTCN, of course, this guy's there. He is an absolute animal at taking these guys down. Flom trying to dodge and weave.
He's going to get the kill. He does.
And yes, so there's maybe hope. 30 seconds for the revive. Lex can do this. He can make it happen for
No way!
Got toyed with a taste of victory, but this will ruin it, take him down. And this is the battle still of the mansion. They will have to leave the mansion, bear in mind. They cannot stay here. Stone Mountain moving right next to these guys that we're watching right now. The Luminosity boys will be hearing this. They've been here the whole time as well. They've been camping this one out, and why not? They need it. Good spot comes in from Chips, but he can't land the shot.
Smack takes that music down in the kill feed also, but look, they're in the only compound left inside this circle. Just just on the edge. They can walk, let people just wander through. At the moment, we'll see Sweater making his way up, looking around, checking left, right. You can hear the gunshots going up. He's second down Stylish New. That's the guy they were toying with him earlier on, keeping them locked back outside. Biz knocks out Borg. He's got to run, he's got to go. He's out in the open. Shots are coming in left, right, and center. It's a complete mess. Will he survive? I think he's going to go down. He's getting shot in the back in the front. One
There's
person in
players
front of
moving
him.
into the building. It's still,
No!
oh, he finally goes down. Let's see who's alive right about now. We've got about 3 players left in this building. Chipsy's up top.
Oh my God.
Oh my word.
He's crawling
This
for his
is
dear life.
terrifying. They need the revives to come in. But here comes a buggy plate. Sprays it down. Chipsy, what can you do? Can you make it count when it matters? Looks towards the door. He knows he's being pressured. Ninja's already gone down. He's expecting that close push. The shotgun still so viable here. We're down to 5 players. The tiniest of circles. And Chipsy, the Luminosity guys need this one in the bag. That could be a good victory for them.
He's going to get the shotgun out, which is fair play. He's just peeking and poking that corner, hoping someone comes up the stairwell. If they do, they are boxed in. That shotgun's going to do so much damage. 9 pellets to the chest will absolutely dominate
All
a play.
right, what do we
But
have?
TSM are both still alive.
Okay, so we have a really strange combination.
Oh my word, look at this.
Look at TSM's positioning. They've played it very well. They didn't know how well they played it. So I think we've got basically 2 teams alive, 1 solo. That's it. Chipsy can be the biggest pain in the ass. He could make it so the other team can't win. He could make the other team suffer. If he plays this very slow and gets him in the heels as they cross towards a circle, the game is his. Or they can do the same to him, but then it costs them their position. Basically, TSM do not need to be involved here. They don't need to touch this fight. They're fine. Unless someone starts shooting the cars, then all right, maybe there's a problem. Nades start to rain in. Here we go. 13 seconds remain. Bit of a splash damage on that, going to keep Chipsy on his toes. The heal comes out. He wasn't pre-boosted, which is surprising. They could have capitalized on that, but they didn't. During this time, have they moved? Have they run? Have they changed? No, you can still see 1 player below. You can still see them waiting on this. TSM just need to be patient. They don't need to move at all. This is what I mean, that eventually in this meta, in this sort of situation, in this circle, in this end, you can use shotguns here, but as soon as you get past this environment, it's fair play to everything. He's now got full stim on basically here. Here comes the blue. Can he survive this? They can creep out. They can wait. TSM, will they hold their nerve? Will they be patient enough? Or will he Spider-Man down and ruin the day for them? We're going to find out. Is he still in the circle? I don't think he is. He will be forced.
Oh.
Is he still in?
He is.
He's
If he crouches up, he
That's
is.
unreal. So now let's see if there's patience to be the virtue. Oh, the nade goes up though. This is huge. TSM could be making this so difficult for everyone in this game. Smack's there grinning. You can see it. They know they have this all in their hands. The battle over the house still continues. They can revive their teammate. There's still one up on the balcony. This is insane stuff.
Smack and Biz working in tandem, putting shots on. There's the kill. He will fall. That's Yamaton who will go down. It's actually Chipsy who does seal the deal and kills him. 6 kills coming here for Biz.
2v1.
This
Chipsy.
should be GG.
Chipsy's got back to the wall game here. Let's see what you
nades
can
are
do.
coming
It's about
in.
to rain in. TSM just put up a wall. This is their game. They will not allow this to change. Or can Chipsy go against the odds?
I think he's still in the corner as
Good
well.
idea as well from Smack. He
Oh.
moves over, he baits out the shot. He wants this fight as well. He doesn't care about this. The circle's in a new place, so basically what's going to happen now, Vis is just going to be the man to get the frags. He doesn't care too much. He's allowed Smack now to get to the safe position. He's got the cover in the new circle. He's the last line of defense. And let's see from Chipsy's perspective as well. What does he do in this one? How does he get out of it? He's got to move any second now.
There
He's
it
making
is.
the first play for auto spray. There it is. Smack lays down the law. 4 kills in the end. Chipsy played it well, calm, cool, collected. But how much more could you do? But what a great game from the Cloud9 guys as well. We saw Borg being an absolute animal throughout that one.
Team Solo Mid finally get a win on the board. Smack and Vis at the end, coming up clutch. Everything, unfortunately, was just on the line for Chipsy. He had his back up against the blue. He had to move. But I tell you what, he did so well to survive for so long. From at the very start, been there with Ninja, not moving whatsoever, having 2 players constantly on his back, like dogs, just beating at him. He stayed alive. But you got to remember, him and Ninja, I believe they were in 6. Coming second's going to give them a bluster of points.
Huge.
Has it done enough, though, to give them the #1 spot? We'll be finding out from the admins in just a second as we bring up that final score count to show you who our Gamescom Duos 3-person winner exactly is.
I genuinely think this is going to be quite close.
Yes.
I really, really do. There's a lot of teams that we saw in a regular basis being within that top 10. And here we go. At the top, it's Yuki and THZ throughout this one. Great finish from them. WTCN, not surprising, again, had a great game. Cloud9 up in third, and Luminosity merely making it to fourth, but they're still doing a great performance. They really did make it through at the very end there, shutting that one down, bringing themselves up. I think they're in the prize money at that point. I think top 4, you get prize money. So that's all they had to do, is get to that top 4, and they've done that. Everyone else, Cloud9 guys, got to say, credit to Borg in this one for stepping in where it mattered. WTCN is my surprise of the day. And Yuki, what a play from him, and THZ really sticking in this one, playing a longevity game. You can see the disparity in kills there. WTCN and Mithrain, Sweater and Borg, definitely frag-heavy players, definitely providing a lot. 72 points on kills between them. The others around the 30 marker, playing a little bit more for the getting into the positional sort of victory. So again, credit where it's due, did very well there. Also, Outsider Butts did nicely themselves. They were one of the qualifiers, just missing out on the money though. But Yuki and THC, considering these are the two teams that essentially, or should I say two of the teams who went through the open qualifier, have made it to the top 5. That for me is what I like about this game. If you're good online, if you can play it, if you're, you get on those ranks, you get on those ladder boards, and you deliver on a regular basis, you can come here and provide us with some great games. You are more than capable of doing so. This is what it means to me, and this is going to mean the world to them.
And I'll tell you what, this only continues tomorrow because, of course, it moves into first person, but we're still going to have these people who are allowed to qualify from the floor. We're still going to have these new people injected into this competition. And, of course, as you can see on there, it's plain, it's simple. They have caused an upset. They have come in. They have dominated. I tell you what, damn good job. We'll run down through 6. We're going to see Smack and Viz getting up there with that win, but not enough, unfortunately, to be in the money bracket. Yumru and Dingus Khan move into 7th. Down at 8, we see Scoom and Molman from Liquid. Vixter and Musak. I tell you what, credit where credit's due to Vixter. 9th place is a damn good performance.
Really well.
He really did. You saw him playing the late game early on. It was a little bit unfortunate in that last game that you did have Cake. He was just chilling.
He was just okay,
what do we do? It was very unfortunate.
Just caught him on the push out. Nothing else you can do on that. You just kind of get caught in the heels. You're like, well, that's me done, right? But yeah, Vixter to me was probably one of the people that I didn't expect to get high up. As because there's still streamers, there's still influencers, there's people that aren't necessarily associated with like the esports side of things or competitive gaming as much. He came in and showed he's very much able to compete. The fans out there that supported him clearly know what they're up to. They know what's going on, so he did really well to do what he did.
I think this is another good thing to say about this game, how easily accessible it is to anyone. Anyone can jump on, anyone can pick up the mouse and keyboard. You can keep playing it from a social aspect. It's just a game that you can jump on, you can really enjoy. But if you put the time in, you put the effort in, you can become a professional. We've seen some of the professionals already in action. We've seen Luminosity, we've seen TSM. But then we see guys coming out of nowhere on the day, showing up, getting the kills when it mattered most. There were some incredibly clutch moments there. But I tell you what, congratulations to the winners. They turned up, they made it, and they're going to be walking away. I believe, I'll let you bring, we actually have the kill feed, in fact. They have the final prize in, so they're going to be walking away with $30,000. Second place walking home with $28,000 for third, and then $4,000 for fourth. So big difference between first, second, and fourth when you look at the prizing. But turning up on a day and walking home with 30 grand, that's insane. That's amazing.
This is why I was so happy when I saw the open qualifier. When that got announced, I was, over the moon, because you get to see what this game can provide at a high level as well. Those guys played a great game. They didn't even play the cheesy game either. So for me, I was so glad to see them do well there. Credit where it's due to them. They are my MVPs of the day. There was a good few others who really surprised me, but yeah, I think we got to see far better gameplay from me at the moment. You can see TSM clearly happy with each other, supporting each other. Even though Break and AIM did go down a little earlier, they're still, all there supporting each other in a nice, kind of all-included way.
I mean, fair enough, they've not won the event, but when you look at TSM as an organisation, they've now had a player who's come in the top. They've actually been individually, when you've looked at the games that we've had. Yesterday, we saw Brick winning a solo. Now we've seen Smack and Viz winning a duo. Can they keep going on? Can they make it through? And then when it gets to that final day, can they all come together and can they claim the championship when we move into squads?
Yeah, they are predominantly a squads team. For me, at least when I watch it, they practice the squads, they do the online tournaments. I think everyone, when you look at TSM, you see consistency.
Yes.
That's the main thing they have. I think you can say the same with Liquid as well. It's a bit of a shame they basically ran into each other throughout this tournament. Again, same as we said with Cloud9. They bumped into each other. Yeah, exactly. Borg just destroyed them. So yeah, we are just waiting on the winners to get themselves in position to give them the delightful trophies. They're just chilling out right now. So we'll hopefully get them the word when it's already done, because I think we're done talking for the day. We've done a lot of talking.
One person who's really showing up, though, and again, whether or not you can really take much from it, but when you bring in a draft like, from the Borg, when you bring in Borg as a substitute's a rough word, even a backup, so to speak, but you've got to bring someone into that squadron. So far, Borg has been absolutely taking faces. Every single time we're talking 5, 6, 7, 8, even 11 kills at one point. That man is an absolute animal. We were watching him before, hanging outside the back of that window. I think the shot must have been a good 400, 500. Someone else he just picked up from the opposing side of the building.
Yeah. And if it's the guy that I'm thinking of, he's top 100 on squads as well back in NA, so he's going to bring a lot towards the final game for Cloud9. So he's a great pickup, good choice for them. Still not sure what we're waiting on. Seems that everyone's just chilling out now.
Everyone's chilled. They're all having a chat. They're all having a little bit of a talk. We'll get these guys into position very, very soon so we can do the trophy announcements, hand over the prizes, and hand over the checks exactly how it needs to be done, because there's so much on the line. Not only the trophies, not the money, but the pride, especially turning up to an event without a sponsor or an organization on your back and just turning up and being able to take down some of these names, because there are some big names here. There are some very, very big names.
Well, we all know that a lot of these players got picked up because they're popular streamers rather than, competitive players. I think that's going to change.
Still needs to develop over time,
exactly.
obviously.
And it's completely viable to do that, but it's good to see these young players who just grind out the game. That, to me, is what this game is about, that it's not just about the the influence and that sort of thing. It's about the young guys coming in and doing what they want. It does seem as though we're almost ready for the trophy moment now, so we're going to be winding that one up. You can see the guys getting ready. Great stuff from the guys on the screen. Borg thoroughly impressed me throughout today. Huge performance from him. The young guys who just came in and managed to surprise just about everyone. And, well, I've got to say that some of the fan favorites did very well today.
All right, looks like all the players are in place. Let's throw it on down to the stage and let's get these trophies handed out, because we have Cameron waiting there. He's live on the mic. We've got all the players lined up. We are just bringing all these trophies out of the back. We do have the pans once again. I believe in the background that we need to actually get ready. But when you look at that, you've got players, obviously, they've got the organization. They've got, they've got the tag on the T-shirt. They've got the pride. But then you've got these guys who have just turned up, Lauren. They don't have the T-shirts. They don't have the organization. They don't have that pressure behind them. But they have individual skill. The bigger question for me is, can these guys that have turned up and won today, can they make it through and get through to first person? And can they do the exact same?
That would be great, wouldn't it?
It would be amazing.
I'd love to see that, yeah. So the guys, if you don't know, there's on the stage right now is Yuki and THZ. Those guys were the guys who qualified here. Kind of came out of left field. No one really knew, what to expect from them, and they did so well. They actually finished in first place. Beside them, you can be looking at Mithrain and WTCN, Bosphorus team. Those, super fan favorites, I've got to say. I know the crowd were absolutely loving them. I know that online, there's a lot of talk about those guys. I had to work out who they were pretty fast, because there was a whole lot of fans of them, and the Cloud9 guys. I think you know it mostly, but it's Borg and Sweater. And Borg had a huge game.
It's good to see Sweater doing so well as well. You kind of mentioned before, look, I don't care. Fair enough, we didn't win that round. I didn't even get a kill, he says. It's all about assisting my teammate and working together. But finally, it comes into play. He plays the long game, not going for the initial win on the round. Of course, everyone goes for the initial wins, but even not doing so, playing that long game, racking up those then points, and they're still on main stage. It came through.
Yeah, it's not bad, is it?
It's not.
That's all right.
We'll get these. I tell you what is all right. The money that these guys have walking away with, because that's insane.
Yeah,
to show up like that, it's 30 grand.
30k, just casual afternoon. Oh, I fancy some PUBG today.
Can you imagine ringing mum after this? I went to Gamescom. Mum, I won 30 grand.
But this is the thing, right? This is why open qualifiers are damn important for me. I think they have to be there, because you get to see people doing this, and there's no better story. It doesn't matter who you are. If you turn up, you play right on the day, you play the game to the best of your ability, you keep opportunities. But yeah, there's been so many moments between these players, and I'm really glad to be seeing this. And I'm really glad to see from the frying pans.
You know what else I'm looking forward to seeing? Because this is where at LAN environments is where you find your players of tomorrow. Yeah. The bigger question for me is later on in the week, especially as we have this open format again tomorrow, where these players can join. Will they join up? Will they make it through? Will they be on the main stage again?
Did they plan to turn up for that many days?
Yeah, exactly. Have they
Do they have a hotel for tomorrow?
Are they going to be sleeping outside or using some of that 30 grand to go back themselves another hotel and try again? You know what I mean? But have we find players of tomorrow? That's what the good thing is about a LAN environment. We are getting these trophies set to hand out and all the prizes to the players.
I'm getting... they're still discussing the point system right now. So there may not be first, second, third as we'd expect. It's an interesting one, to say the least. I'll update you guys at home. That's why it's taking so long right now. The admins are just mulling over the numbers. But there's a possibility. I've heard the scary term of it could be a tie.
Oh.
Yeah, how unlikely is that? I don't know how we're going to define it. I don't know what the rules are. I'm just relaying what I'm hearing right now. So guys, stay tuned. This is going to be a funny one to work out. So you can see they're just waiting to find out as well what's been happening. Have a little look around. They've been on stage for a while.
Yep. Well, apologies for the delay, guys. We will keep you updated as soon as this information comes in. They are working everything out in the back because this obviously needs to be right. There's a lot of money on the line here. But still happy for Cloud9. I'm glad they made it up onto the main stage after speaking to him and after, you know, Sweater's always said, look, third person is where it's at. This is where I'm at. This is where I'm standing my ground and sticking by it. And again, I still have a lot of respect in an environment where everyone's saying first person's the way forward. This is how we do esports, which is fair play. You know, we both come from a first-person background. We enjoy it ourselves. But to be able to sit there and happily say, look, no, I'm going to stand up and say this game, a Battle Royale environment, because of positioning, because of map positioning, rotations, and making sure you've got cover, is designed for third person. He stepped up to the plate. The guys are there. They're up on main stage and some other ones aren't.
That's what I love to see. Yuki, 4 days ago, tweeted out, congratulations, you've been selected to participate in the open qualifier for the Gamescom Invitational. See you there, guys. And only 4 days later, he walks away in a very strong position. So those guys are going to be, you know, absolutely loving this. But I am still waiting on updates, guys. Apologies. I think everyone else is as well. It's been a long day. Love to leave this chair. It's only been 5 hours.
It's been fun, though.
Has
Game
it?
2 was interesting. Game 2 was very interesting.
Yeah.
With the circle and whatnot. But Game 3 obviously ended in manic fashion. TSM just chilling there behind a rock and letting play the circle. And that's twice now we've seen TSM where they've been in a very good position perpendicular to where the circle's actually moving. We saw it with Break on day number 1. All of a sudden we just saw one circle and it just popped on him. He's like, okay, same thing happened there.
Do you know what we can do?
Go on.
We can go zoom in on the admins, not the photographers, who are sitting there going, I hate my life right now. They're the ones in the middle. Go find them. It's the tall dude and the one probably with a clipboard. And just watch them sweating bullets going, don't know what to do. Let's find them. Here's the overview camera. I'll give you a shout when they're on there. Wait, there they are. See the two sitting down? Just going, scratching chin going, oh, Jesus. Well, you know, it has been a fun day. A long day, but a fun day.
It's going to be a fun 4 days. I'm looking forward to tomorrow. First person is going to be insane.
First person is what I want to see, if I'm honest. You know, real talk about this, I do prefer first person perspective. I think everyone's got their own preference, and we've seen valid arguments for both. But first person to me, I think, will be the best display we've seen so far. I don't know how teams will approach it because they only get one round in it, right?
Yes.
So again, curious to see how people do in that one. There's not like you get the squads in it. That'll be back in third person. But yeah, I'm very interested to see how that one works out.
Just as a talking point then, let's expand on that one a little bit more as to why we think that. First person, obviously, we know we need... Don't look at me like that. Come on. Let's talk about it. We need to kill some time here, so let's have a chat about it.
Just watch these highlights really quietly.
Do you want to do that?
Well, there's a lot of things I want to do right now that don't end very well for me, career-wise, because at this point we're still waiting to find out what the end result is. But yeah, we can have a little look back on what we saw today. That was TSM when they were drastically under-geared. Saw the Vector in the late game play. That was Break, still in the one. Throughout the day here, Mythrain as well. These guys did so well there. That was beautiful from those guys. Big fan of them after the back of that. And yeah, all just wait and see what happens.
Apologies for this, guys. We will get this info relayed as quickly as possible. Liquid
Do you know,
happy. Liquid smiling.
if we don't get updates, I can just read you through the rule book, guys. Be a lovely long conversation. Another highlight from, is this game 2?
Yeah, that's game number 2. That's when we saw Cloud9 looking back, and then all of a sudden his teammate just came in.
Waterworld.
Yes. Waterworld. It was a very interesting circle, that's needless to say. And I also am glad that nobody from that relay battle did manage to win.
Yeah.
The late game players, though, coming in out of nowhere.
Yeah, just staying basically safe throughout it. Let everyone just, you know, get in the paddling pool, have a good bit of fun.
There you go then. While you're all waiting, guys, esl.gg/PUBG
Sure, I'll go get to it.
raffle.
I'm still waiting.
Make
Okay.
sure
ESL,
you enter there. There are
GG.
plenty. /PUBG raffle.
PUBG raffle. Let's see what we can get.
Look at that
I'm into
1080.
this.
Look
I've
at
got
that
a 1080. I recently got a 1080. Actually, pretty sick.
I would like a 1080.
It's really nice.
So if anyone wins it, you can send it my way by all means. Are you actually going to enter it?
Why not?
You can enter via Snapchat? Okay.
Okay, yeah. So all you have to do is follow certain accounts, and you get the chance to get into it.
There
Very
you
nice.
go then. And 50
Do that, really easy.
times 5. 50 times 5, that's a lot of crates.
Sure, the funny thing is, people think that they'll never win it, so they actually don't enter that often. And yeah, the amount of times it's been like, oh, there's only like 100 people involved, and then suddenly it was like, wait, what? How did not? And then everyone kind of realizes and gets into it. I remember, I think the first time we did it, and people realized, like, no one signed up, guys. We can do this.
I'm
really
going to
quick.
dive in now.
Like literally the whole. I think it was like ESL 1 Kilo, and everyone just dived in. It was like,
Yeah.
okay, suddenly the odds aren't so good for you. The odds aren't so in your favor, but I assure you, you can really get into it and get some good stuff in your pocket. The Intel PUBG raffle kit as well in there. I think I know which one I'd want out of that. Well, there may be a level 1 or 2 helmet.
So I do have a 7700 kit, and they are an
How
absolute...
did you swindle that? So who's been entering the giveaways?
Oh, well.
I work on the social team. Funny. I got the
did
level
get
1
given it.
helmet.
I bet you got given your graphics card.
I had to do work for that.
Give over.
I had to work
Give
for
over.
it. Yeah, I had to work for it.
So you didn't pay for it?
No. Look, I had to do work. That's tough for me.
Real work.
Well, that's debatable, isn't it? I talk about games for a living.
Yeah.
How real is this job? You know, if I moan that I'm slightly tired, I'm like, could be worse, couldn't it?
The amount of times, like, my wife will say, why is the dinner cooked and I've been working? She's like, you literally sit and do nothing all day apart from talk to yourself. It's like, that's
Oh, okay,
a lie.
It looks like we've worked out how one's gone down. So at the moment, I think they've just been given the 3rd place, if I'm not mistaken, or am I? Oh, I'm so terrified now.
Who's getting given
Sweet
second?
Jesus, second. Here we go. Let's work it out.
Is it Cloud9?
We're waiting to see. They look sick. I want one. It's not going to be great to cook with, which obviously is the place I should be, back in the kitchen. But, you know, at least it'll be a nice decorative piece.
It's a very strong comment.
You know, I like to be self-deprecating in my jokes. It beats Twitter to it. That's what you got to do.
Is that what you're doing?
Yeah.
Getting him
Right,
in
we're
before
waiting on
anyone
the
else does.
second. Who's going to get it?
Oh, it's
it is
Cloud9.
Cloud9. Okay, so we've got 3rd, 2nd, and of course 3rd will be over on the other side of things. That will be with...
Yuki.
Yeah, the Yuki and THC guys. And then 1st
So it's correct.
place.
So congratulations then, turning up like that.
Unless that's gold.
Is it going to be gold?
That could be bronze, yeah.
There'll be a platinum one
Silver.
somewhere.
See if there's a gold. It's very confusing. The points got kind of muddled at the end. And that's gold.
There
So the
they
guys
are.
who turned up just at the last thing.
official.
So Yuki and THC do win this day of the Invitational. Mithrain WTCN get 3rd and Cloud9 in 2nd.
Your winners. So we're going to throw it on down to main stage. Cameron for some interviews. Cameron, how are your winners feeling, dude?
I don't know. I'm just about to ask. Congratulations, everyone here for placing, but I am here. I'm walking behind. Probably shouldn't be doing this. To talk to my good buddies here. Swiss, my baguette. You came here from the Open, and you not only won the 2nd game, but you won the entire thing. Like, were you expecting anything like this?
No, honestly not. Honestly, as I said before, we come for the qualifier, and our plan, our objective was to be qualified for the main tournament. We did it, and then we spoke, and we were like, we don't know, there's big teams like C9, TSM, big names of the scene, and a top 10 would have been a success for us.
Yeah.
And finally, there's the 0, and
This is
only
it.
the
You
1.
swap the numbers. You swap the numbers.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
0 before the 1 rather than after. So, new fans out there who've just fallen in love with the two of you, probably going to be a little disappointed because you did tell us earlier that you're not going to be here for the first person. You weren't able to make it to the qualifiers. Can I get a confirmation from both of you that you are going to be in the qualifiers for the squads, and so your new fans do have a chance to see you once again on Saturday. Squads?
Well, to play squad, we need to be 4.
You told me that you both had teams, though, right?
No, actually, we're not actually in the same team. We're not even in the same squad for tournaments online.
You're not bringing your own squads? No?
Yeah, I think totally. We need right now. We need.
Okay, I'll let all this emotion
That's
sink
the
in.
short
You guys can plan it out. You guys got a day to get to it. Congratulations, both of you. Pansy Sims, I'm sorry. I know you both want to go, but I need to throw it to you one last time for you to close it up today.
It's fine. You know,
It's fine.
It's been a long day, but it has been a good day. I think, if I'm honest, I feel as though the game, for me, that we got to see the way people played out, actually maybe game 2. I'm not, you know, I'm glad that the people who didn't do
You
the
don't let 'em
wall-to-wall
get away with it.
tactics, I don't like it. Like, I understand why they do it, but I don't like it. You know what I mean? I like the classical style of playing a game. But I am glad we got to see an improvement, I feel, in the gameplay. People look
Yeah.
a little less scared. We see talented, you know, people from the outside, you know, come in who weren't direct invites, proving more than their worth and their value. Brilliant stuff from them. So for me, I think today was a really good step in the right direction. People looking more comfortable, seeing better shots out of people, more kills coming in. You know, we didn't see the break 11, 12 kills in one game, but we did see teams doing really nicely. So for me, I'm really glad to see that.
On the opposing side of the old water circle, I mean, when people are actually in there, you're not going to run on to the beach. So I have to give him kind of, there is that benefit of the doubt. You're not going to be the first one that wants to go down, just bombard the beach, because you're just going to get annihilated. In the end, that's what happened. All the players down in the water got shredded. But, as you say, game number 3 was wild. It was better. We saw TSM just turning up, all guns blazing, ready to rock and roll with the guns, with the health packs, with the gear, just ready to go. And then, in the meantime, everyone else, it just went from 0 to 100 real quick. Like, everyone who was in that mansion area, there was just bodies left, right, and center dropping. People in windows, people downstairs in buildings, people outside. Everything just came together, and then finally we did have our 3 winners.
Do you know what, Sims?
Go on.
I'm done for the day. Do you know why? Because the sooner I get out of here, the sooner tomorrow starts, and the sooner I get to see that first-person perspective duos gameplay. That's what I'm interested in. If you guys at home want to see how that pans out, make sure it pans out.
Hey.
Very funny.